Another beautiful morning at Stone Mountain Campground. A good morning to the garbage man.
Good morning.
We will be visiting the Antebellum Plantation today, part of the collection of original buildings from around the state of Georgia, built between 1792 and 1875. The walking tour starts here at Shelton's store at the entrance to the Antebellum Plantation. Shelton's store is originally from Cherokee County in Georgia, and it was built circa 1830s. This building was originally a general store and post office. It was in continuous operation from the 1930s until it was moved to park in early 1960s. Begin your tour here with an orientation to our historic timeline. Tickets and souvenirs and items can be purchased here. They were chosen for the authenticity and historical value and representation of the diverse lifestyle of 18th and 19th century Georgia residents. Each building was moved from its original location and carefully restored here at Stone Mountain Park. We will be strolling through the 100 years of Georgia history and get to know the pioneer and antebellum Georgians whose heritage we share. Number 2 on the guide is Kingston House, from Kingston, Georgia, circa 1845. This was the manor house of the 300-acre Allen Plantation. Brian Allen was an English cotton broker from Savannah who probably built this home as a summer house. The style of the building is characteristic of the late Federal period. Most of the Palladian windows still contain handmade glass. The octagonal columns outside and overhead timbers downstairs are made of hand-hewn hard pine, adding both strength and beauty to the building.
That's a fancy bathroom. This was a high-class floor here. That's a nice gun, man. Yep, this is where they cooked everything. But they used to cook for a lot of people too, not just a family.
As we come out of the Kingston House, we go to part 3 of the tour, the storage crib. This building is a single crib or pen of log construction. This type of structure was used to store a variety of materials from crops to farm tools. A well for drinking water was a necessity for Georgians, especially the ones that did not live next to freshwater streams.
The rope wrapped around this, go there. That makes more sense. Okay.
We are now approaching the doctor's cabin. This came originally from DeKalb County, Georgia. Built around 1826. This little cabin is believed to be the oldest building in DeKalb County. It was built by Chapman Powell, one of the county's first residents. The logs are keyed or locked into place, making the corners of the cabin strong enough to withstand tornadoes. It is typical of most American homes of the American frontier, serving as both a home and a medical office. Dr. Powell was instrumental in promoting cordial relations with the Cherokee for providing them with lodging and medical care. He also served as DeKalb County Sheriff and in the state legislature. This house was also used as a field hospital in the Battle of Atlanta. Okay, we're now added to number 6 on our map, which is Thornton House. It comes originally from Greene County, Georgia, built around 1792. The owner, Redmond Thornton, lived from 1769 till 1826. Built this house as the manor house for an indigo plantation on the Georgia frontier after relocating from Virginia in the early 1790s. The building style is typical of Federal era architecture throughout the South. An interesting feature is the nogging construction of the walls. They are made with brick and then covered in wood siding. This produces an extremely strong and well insulated house.
Come on, we're gonna go to the barn.
Yay! Yay!
Number 7 on the map is slave cabins from Covington, Georgia, built around 1830. These cabins came from the Graves Plantation. The framing and many of the clapboards are original. Slave cabins were generally very simple structures and varied in size depending upon the number of people housed inside. They were usually located near the work area of the slaves residing there.
This is a one-horse carriage, man. Cool. Full of water, man.
Oh, 4. There was a wheel over there, and they had to put it here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They should rebuild this sucker. It's all ruined.
This is the second cabin. Number 8 is the barn area from Calhoun, Georgia, circa 1800s. This barn is a rare example of livestock barns found in Georgia in the early 1800s. On display are wagons, carriages, farm tools, and an antique cotton gin. This is the barn with the stalls, and there should be a cotton gin in here.
The stalls. It's pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think this is the cotton gin. Yes, it is. This roof overhang has seen better days. I can't figure out what these 2 little stools are, 2 little cedars, or I don't know what they are. There's a wagon in here to carry heavy loads of supplies, and a tool shed. And here we are at the farmyard. The vast majority of the 19th century residents in what is now the Atlanta metro area lived on small farms. This area features old livestock breeds that would have been kept on a Georgia farm in the mid-1800s. Guests are welcome to pet the friendly animals.
Beautiful white sheep, huh? It looks like she got trimmed
She has the
recently.
beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Take a picture of Charlotte. How old is she?
She's 14 years old.
Hey. Oh, she's so little.
What's he doing? He's scratching his foot? Over there. Made a noise. He made a noise, huh? What did he do? That's a sheep, and that's a
Oh,
goat.
that one just came through. Think they
Hey, I like your beard. I like your goatee, man. Cool. There's the other one. I know, that's a shame. This one could be rebuilt. That's how they deliver milk.
Directly ahead is the coach house. The coach house was a feature of large plantations to house carriages and drivers. It also served as guest quarters for visiting drivers. For your convenience, restrooms are located on the left side of this coach house. This is the back of the building of the coach house. This is a smokehouse. Comes from Graves Plantation, Covington, Georgia. Built around the 1800s. This building was used to preserve meats by slowly smoking them over a hickory fire. The large hand-cut salt bin would be used in the preservation process of large amounts of meat. Both salt and sugar can be used in the process of preserving meats without refrigeration. After smoking, they remained hanging from the rafters for storage until needed.
This must be the necessary house. Let's see if it's similar to the Romans. Yes, sirree. Just like the Romans. Different sizes for different family members. And it was also known as the Howard House.
Let's visit the vegetable garden.
Those are nice sized grapes too. Very strange looking, very small leaves.
Homes customarily had vegetable gardens during this period. The garden is farmed organically, as it would have been in centuries past, with no chemical, pesticides, or fertilizers. There's usually flowers planted throughout. These attract pollinators and discourage insect pests.
Ah, there's potatoes. There's potatoes. Is that rosemary? Yep.
We are now at the cookhouse. All of our manor houses had their own separate cookhouses before they were moved here. Having a separate building for food preparation was normal throughout the South on both small farms and large plantations. While reducing the risk of destructive fires, they also removed strong smells and loud noises from the main house.
Hey, kitty, 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 kitty.
Number 15 on our tour guide is Dickey House. It comes from Dickey, Georgia, near Albany. And it was circa 1840. This house was occupied by descendants of the original owners until it was moved to the park in 1961. Considered an excellent example of neoclassical architecture. This house has 14 rooms covering 6,250 square feet.
Mother-in-law's room. Had it all. You got the boys' room. Another dining room. Wow. Music room. Nice.
Master bedroom.
So this must be the washroom. Girls' bedroom. Parlor. Study room. Men's fashionable Le Filet.
you will see twin stairways on the front of the house that represent welcoming arms and are supported by columns of handmade curved brick. The house has Palladian arches over the front and music room doors.
This is the side of Dickey's. Wow, this is beautiful.
And now we're going to number 16 on the guide, the formal garden and gazebo. Wealthy families could enjoy elegant gardens like this one that were made solely for beauty and comfort. This lovely space is available for weddings or other rentals right now. The small white building to the left here, this one is the Plantation Office. A feature of many plantations was a separate office built for business transactions. The building is currently not open to the public, but it's available with garden rental for weddings, for bridal preparation. Well, number 18 is the last item on our tour. It's called Powell Academy Schoolhouse. It's originally from DeKalb County, circa 1875. This was one of the last one-room schoolhouses in DeKalb County. After the Civil War, many small communities built their own schools. The students typically attended from November to February, when they were not needed to help on the farms. Students at all grade levels attended together, with more advanced students helping the younger children with their lessons. This ends our tour of the Antebellum Plantation. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did, and I apologize for not making this 2 parts, but I felt it wouldn't be the same. Well, you all have a great day, and stay tuned for more scenes from Stone Mountain Park.